Hello, I'm Lisa Sabaniak from Life Like You Mean It. And today we're going to be talking about the shadow work that you can be doing for your throat chakra to get ready for releasing this with the full moon. This video is in three parts. First, we're going to look at what a balanced throat chakra looks like versus an unbalanced throat chakra. Two, we're going to look at three journal prompts that you can use to help you start to get familiar with what it is that you would like to release. And third, we are going to look at a ritual that we can do to actually release what you are ready to release with that full moon. So let's get started. So, first, the throat chakra is dealing with expression and communication, as you would imagine, right? It's our ability to connect with ourselves authentically and to speak our truth, if you will. And so when we are in balance, then we're going to do this very confidently, right? So not arrogantly, but with confidence, right? We'll confidently express ourselves. We'll be clear communicators. We'll be a very good listener as well. And we'll be able to voice our opinion, but in an eloquent and respectful way to others. So, as you can imagine, then, if this chakra is unbalanced, then we're going to have difficulty with that. So, we'll have obstructions to us speaking our truth, maybe some fear that comes up in being our authentic self. We have difficulty with communication, of course, and that may come out in a couple of different ways, depending on whether our throat chakra is out of balance because it's overactive or if it is underactive. So, with an overactive throat chakra, you are going to be very loud, opinionated, but not in necessarily a respectful way. You'll find yourself being very critical and actually loving gossip. And your go to is probably going to be yelling. Now, if you have an underactive throat chakra causing imbalance, then you are going to have great difficulty with expressing yourself. You'll be misunderstood when you do because you have such difficulty with expressing yourself. And that might actually even cause some lying or perhaps just not being a very good listener. So, for example, when somebody is speaking to you, rather than listening fully, you're actually focused on what you're going to say next in response because you have such great difficulty with communicating and getting your thoughts heard. So, part two of this video, we are now going to look at some journal prompts that you can use so that you can start to prepare yourself and decide what it is that you are willing and wanting to let go of and release in our full moon ritual. So you may have already noticed in talking about the unbalanced chakra, the overactive or the underactive, you may have really resonated with one of those. And that's wonderful if you have. I know sometimes it doesn't feel wonderful when you start to realize, oh, yeah, that is me. And I don't feel that that's a positive thing. But it is positive in the sense that you get to actually have awareness of what is going on, realize that it is an imbalance and that that imbalance can be corrected if you are willing and ready to do so. And by the way, it is totally acceptable and respectable to not be ready. So if you are watching this and you're saying, I should be, and you're putting yourself down for not wanting to go forward and actually release some of this, please don't be hard on yourself. That is a normal place to be. And you need to be in a place where you are really and truly ready to be able to release it fully. So just honor yourself. So, looking at our journal prompts, we have three doozies here. And so you're going to want to have a piece of paper and a pen and allow yourself in your own time, not during this video because it's much too short of a time for you to really connect with each of these questions. So, first, journal prompt. When I need or want to speak my truth, I usually, and you fill in that blank. Journal prompt two. When I disagree with someone, I usually, and journal prompt three. I usually describe myself or my situation to others by, and so these are all opportunities for you to start to really raise your awareness about what your behavior patterns, right? Particularly with language and the way that you are talking about yourself or trying to express yourself with others, how that is popping up so that you can actually look at some of it and say, okay, I'm not ready to let these pieces go. These pieces over here are beautiful. I don't even need to be looking at them. And I'm just going to pick this one or two things over here that I am ready to let go of. And that's what we're going to look at next. Side note, if you are loving this video, and I know that you are, then I've got a wonderful surprise for you, which is my book, Survivor to Warrior. Now, we don't particularly talk about the moon, full moon, or new moon rituals, or even particularly about the chakras. But what we do in this book is talk about a lot of different strategies to help you both raise your awareness as to what is that you are doing in your life, the way you speak to yourself, your beliefs and your behaviors, and how you can gain your power back with each of these. It's really beautiful. I know I'm biased, but you can get the link for this down in the description. So part 3 of our video now, we're going to do a classic ritual for releasing that which we are ready to release. So you may find that all 3 of your journal prompts, you might find that everything that you wrote down is something that you are willing to release. And if that's the case, that is fine. Just take those pieces of paper and get ready for our ritual. But if you find, like me, and like I was suggesting earlier, that there's only a few bits and bobs here and there that you're actually ready and wanting to release at this time, then take a separate piece of paper and write those things out. You can write them out all on one sheet, or you can have little bits of paper that you have each individual thing if you like. That's just a personal preference. And then we are going to simply burn this piece of paper or pieces of paper in a safe environment. So that means if you've got a cauldron, or if you've got a pot, or if you have a little outdoor fire pit, or even a fireplace in your home, that would be all perfect examples of safe ways of burning. And you are literally going to light the piece of paper on fire and maybe have a pair of tongs that you can be using so you don't burn your fingers. And literally just the intention of releasing this back out to the universe, that you no longer need this. You are ready to let this go and watch that burn. Now, I personally like to do this individually with each thing because I like to honor each thing I'm ready to release. And I like to fully engage with each of those things. So I'll actually read it out. I will burn it with the full moon and give thanks for the universe for accepting this, taking it from me. And I will allow that to burn completely before I light the next one. But you do whatever feels best for you. Now, I do have a few other ways that you can release with the full moon, particularly if burning is just simply not your thing. So if you haven't already seen this video, please go on ahead and watch the releasing with the full moon video, which you can watch here by clicking this card, or of course, the link is in the description. I hope that that was helpful. I love to serve you in this way. Please, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so now and click that bell icon so that you never miss another posting of one of my videos. Bless.